right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Kakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessings and salutations. Hopefully, they got there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners who may have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Just rolling in the spirit this morning, just speaking about, these times, that we are in, because now, all right, we're in the times to where any day, this thing can go to the next phase. Everything is put in place. All the dominoes are pretty much set in place, for that first domino to fall, all right, and then this thing spiral, into all out chaos, man. And these things can happen quick. All right, these things can happen quick, man. And Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai we have to remember, that the Lord is to the point that He's fed up with wickedness, man. He's fed up, all right, from the top Edomite, the banking families, all right, to the low-level niggas and nigga woman in black culture. The Lord is fed up with it all. All right, this is why we see, prophecy speaking, in such a high tone. Prophecy is speaking in such a high tone. And the scriptures speak about, we shall see signs, in the heavens. And tonight, all right, you're going to have a moon, the eclipse with the moon is going to look like a ring of fire around the moon. Okay? It's going to look like a ring of fire because we're here. It's just a thing of getting to that point, all right, where, the C-HIP is made mandatory in full-scale war. Okay? But we're watching these things, and what we're seeing is the Lord is putting all the pieces in place, okay? And it's going to force these nations to go with their move. It's going to force Esau to go with his move. He has to come with the C-HIP, okay? He has to crash the economy. He has to bring all-out chaos, okay, to present the C-HIP as a solution for the New World Order. These are the times that we are in. It's like the calm before the storm. You see? And it's so much going on, all right? And the only thing that they have on repeat is what's going on between, okay, those Israelis and Hamas. That's the only thing that we see, on replay. But there's a lot going on. It's a lot of things being set up. And we're in them times, man, that we're finna be tested. And that's why within this grace period, it's all about us building the foundation on Yahweh Shai. It's all about, us becoming, as men, us becoming leaders. That's why, as men, speaking to the men, it's very vital, that we be fully confident in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right? That's why confidence comes from Him. And we're in a time, all right, as men, especially, men as leaders over households, we're going to have to fully, okay, be in control, all right, of our circumstances, man. We're fully in control of how we move because it's the Lord that's going to have us in these certain circumstances, to build our faith, to build our trust. But we have to be in full control of how we move, man. Because we come from a society, that's ran by a matriarch. Pretty much nigga culture, black culture is ran by a matriarch, where a lot of men have only seen women, at the head of a house, only seen women in control. They never seen, there's a lot of, men in this society that never seen another man run a household, okay, or another man handle business. They only seen their mothers, their aunties, because this is a culture, all right, of a matriarch. This single mother culture that has produced a lot of beta males. And that's why when we come into the truth, the scriptures tell us to remember ourselves men. All right? And we're in the times to where we're going to have to fully trust our decision making in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Because like I say, going back to the matriarch, it's a culture to where, because a lot of women, a lot of these single mothers, they grow up. I mean, these boys, they grow up in a society, they grow up in a household where the woman is always talking down on them, doubting them, cursing them out, degrading their father in front of them, okay? To where these men are growing up with no confidence, man. And it's going to show in these times, These men grow up with no confidence in themselves, man. They never had that male reinforcement. They never, seen men, all right? These men have never been tested, they only been pampered and nurtured. Either the woman is very extremely toxic to them, or they're extremely pampering to them, man, which ruins them, man. And this is what this society is full of. But that's why in the truth, the scripture tells us to remember ourselves men. We're supposed to constantly be gaining confidence in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua and moving based on what's written in the scripture, man. Applying Yahushua on a daily basis, man. As men, we supposed to have a clear understanding, okay, of what needs to be done. And like I say, a lot of men in this society, they never fully develop in these single mother households, man. They never fully develop how to operate as a man. And that's why we gotta be thankful for this truth. Because some brothers, they had more male reinforcement than others. Every brother is different. Some brothers had uncles, probably football coaches, grandfathers. Some men did have their fathers, okay? Or you had men in the neighborhood that, took you under their wing, all right? Some men have more than others, but all in all, guess what? We have the truth. We have our Heavenly Father. So this grace period that the Lord has been grooming us to be men, because we really started to be men in this truth, man. We really started to go through the development of being men within this truth, okay, on another level, on the spiritual level, because like I say, some brothers did have that luxury of having, the men around, whether they're fathers, uncles, or whatever, they had male reinforcement around, and it taught us, how to handle things carnally, man. Okay, but we have the scriptures, okay, our forefathers, beginning with ultimately our big brother Yahushua, on how to move his men, okay, and how to move his men in affliction. It's another thing. This society has pampered men so much that because the mother, she's always trying to protect the son from affliction. She go all out her way to protect the son from affliction. But ultimately, as a man, all right, a man child is developing. He's supposed to be able to conquer those afflictions on his own. That's where he really gains that confidence within himself, is conquering those little afflictions over and over again, man. Okay, but a lot of these single mother households, the men never, these boys never had to go through conquering affliction, and that's why they be, so useless in society, because they haven't never developed, that inner confidence of conquering, man, But in this truth, we're forced to conquer things within ourselves, man. We're forced, to conquer the flaws that we developed in Western culture, man. Okay? See, as a man, ain't about being comfortable. See, that's for women. You see? Speaking to brothers, man, that's for women. Because we in these times, man, hey, we're going to have to make decisions where comfort ain't going to be in there, man. Okay? A woman needs a certain maintenance and a certain comfort level and all these different things. But as men, we don't need that shit, man. We need the basics, the bare minimum, and we come to the times we're going to have to move like that, man. Okay? And then the people around us, they're gonna have to get with it. They're gonna have to move how we move, man. Because in this society, you gotta kind of bend and, flex a little bit to the dysfunction and the BS but in the times to come, when this thing collapses, man, hey, it's gonna be, they gotta move like we move, brothers. Okay? If they gonna be around us, they gonna have to move how we move. Ain't no compromising, man. Okay? It ain't gonna be no way I think, what about, All right? No, we doing this. This is it. America over with. When this economy collapse, all the authority and power, that women have to kind of do the little bullshit they do, that shit gonna be over with. It's gonna be done. Okay? When the economy collapse, and this thing really goes down, okay, that's gonna be the beginning of a righteous world order. Okay? It's gonna start with us and how we moving in these times, man. So as men, we gotta be fully confident in our power, man. Okay? And this grace period was for us to fully develop being men, because this society, okay, under Esau, Edom, and like I say, the matriarch, okay, of Big Shirley and Keisha, okay, it robbed men. It robbed us, some men more than others, because some men, like I say, they had that, but then, either way, this grace period was for us to catch up, with being a man, okay, to get our confidence back in being the man, moving like men. This is why I love watching ancient, history pieces, man, ancient movies, like the Book of Troy, okay, Game of Thrones. I love watching things like that, because you see men move in a different spirit, because westernization, what we see now, everything we see on TV, the music, the culture, the society, it has pretty much watered men down, made men passive, okay? You got this term toxic masculinity, and, all these different things, then reading the scriptures, I like to watch those period pieces, but then I like reading the scriptures, see how King David was moving, our forefather was moving, and it gives you a perspective, like, okay, this is, because America have you in that Carl Winslow, dumbed down, passive, okay, that mundane spirit. Nah, man. Hey, it's going back ancient world, man. We finna go back. Hey, as men, we're gonna have to really be men, okay? And we're gonna have to take a hard stance on righteousness, man, and not budge. We not budging on nothing, man. It is what it is, because a woman is always going to be motivated by her emotions, man. A woman her emotions are always going to play a major factor in her decision making, man. Okay? It's up to the men to be emotionless in this time. That's why men sat in the seat of judgment. Okay? It was men that was judges, in our culture, man. That made the executive decisions for the nations, man. All right? Because a woman doesn't have that capability. Now, she's built like that for her purpose. Okay? So it's not a shot against women, because women have a beautiful order, and they're built like that, for their purpose within the family. Within the family dynamic, she's built like that for a purpose. Because you need that, for nourishment, of a young infant, until you get a certain age. Okay, then it starts to, then the child starts to deal with their father more, because now it's time for responsibility. And that's the one thing about, like, even in the truth, the Lord has been dealing with us. Because see, a father is not only there just to whoop the child ass, man. That's like the last resort. That's when everything else has failed. Then, that chastening comes into play. Okay? But one of the main roles of a father was to establish responsibility for the child, man. Okay? Especially for their son. All right? And as he gives his son, he gradually gives it, he spoon feeds the son, responsibilities. He's also pouring into that son to be able to deal with those responsibilities, man. And that's what the Lord has been doing, with his men during this grace period, man. He has gradually been giving us responsibility within the ministry, okay, and he's been pouring into us, okay, as he's been giving us, our responsibilities, man. Okay, so in these times to come, all right, we're gonna have to move as leaders, man. We're gonna have to move as men confident in Yahweh B'Shem Al-Shai, as we read about our forefathers, man. Okay, Daniel, Samson, Joseph, okay, Mishael, all right, Hananiah, Azariah, Okay, those 3 Hebrew boys, man, they moved. They knew what had to be done. See, men know what have to be done. As men, we have to know what had to be done. Okay, the woman not built like that to understand what needs to be done in certain situations, man. She just not built like that, man. You know, and like I say, it's no shot against the woman. It's just facts. That's why the woman needs a head, because we witness the woman moving in society with no head. We witness it. We can look at go to the west side of your city, and you see the results of women moving with no head. Okay, all right, and it's a result from us men moving with no head, which is Yahweh B'Shem Al-Shai. All right, because we're going to see also men, okay, that's moving, because he gonna have men that doesn't have the head of their covering Yahushua. You will see Israelite men moving without Yahushua in this time. It's gonna be bad, okay, and it's gonna be double bad for women that don't you know, because they're gonna be out here with no head of a man, which gives them no connection to Yahushua, man. You know, and you sisters that don't have husbands, you're gonna be preserved. Don't let that worry you. You are already preserved. Like you here, being developed, for some brother, man. So the Lord gonna preserve you for that, man. Whether y'all link in these times or on the chairs, you're gonna be preserved. Okay? You see? But going back to it as men, all right, we're gonna have to be the one making these decisions in these times, man. That's why the Lord put us in circumstances to where we have to make decisions now. The Most High put us in the messed up situations so we can make decisions based on faith, make decisions based on trust, and get out those situations, man. Because the scriptures say how, the Lord will baptize us with fire. That's with affliction, But guess what? He gave us the water, which is this word, which is this understanding. Now, how do you put out fire? With water, So we're going to be in these circumstances to where we're going to have to put these fires out with water, man, with this word, with this understanding, putting this word to action, man, and these are the times that we are in. Okay, it's going to be a time where the woman, no, shut your ass up. Okay, y'all been letting you do this little bullshit while America been up and running, and now it's time for you to shut the fuck up. You just gonna have to follow now. No, nothing. All right, the Lord gonna be dealing with his men, and women gonna have to trust that. See, women gonna be tested to see if they really trust it or not, man. Everyone trust is gonna be tested, man. Okay, so in these times as men, that's why as men, brothers, invest in yourselves, man. Don't spread yourself so thin to where you giving everybody, all your time and energy, and you don't have nothing to put into, we have nothing to put into ourselves. Nah, man, we gotta invest into ourselves, because we, all right, are going to be dependent upon in these times, man. So then this grace period, man, we gotta make sure that, hey, our self-development is above everything else, man, because part of our because see, when we are ministering to Yahushua, that's self-development. We're being developed. Yahushua is pouring into us as we're ministering for him. Ministering, all right, in this ministry, man, doing his work. Hey, he's pouring into us, man. Hey, that's why we gotta make ourselves available for Yahushua, man. We'll get to everybody else when we get to him, but we gotta make sure that we available for Yahushua as much as possible, man, because that's that time he can pour into us, man, and prepare us for these times, man. And these are the times that we're in. Okay, so it's pretty much the point. Just wanted to expound on that, in the spirit. Just really speaking to the men. Understanding what times we in. And you sisters, just exhortations. That, hey, you're gonna be preserved. Okay, and hey, you're gonna be tested to see if is all the American shit out of you, man. We all gonna be tested to see if we still got westernized American ways that's gonna be a hindrance in these times, man. We gotta be tested to see if we're worthy to be, all right, a part of Yahushua's rulership, man. We finna all be tested, So this grace period is about self-development, man. Is a major part of this grace period is about self-development, man. Because there's brothers that teach, We're constantly being developed, man. We're constantly being brought to new levels, within this ministry, man. You know, not just from the aspect of teaching, but from the aspect of maneuvering as a man, all right, of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, becoming a man. Okay. And you women are being developed into wives, man. Because the world didn't teach us to be husband and wives, man. They didn't teach us, you might, like I say, you might have some circumstances where, some brothers, like I was able to see, a functioning marriage, from my grandparents on both sides, okay? But we really never got taught to be husband and wives according to the scriptures, So you have, those that have seen, you have, women have seen, functioning marriages, and some women do come from that background, some brothers come from that background, okay? But on the overall scale, that's a rare thing, because I say this culture, okay, feminism, destroyed, the functioning family, So we never, a lot of us never seen that constant example, of family structure, man. Okay? But in the truth, that's why we have to be, born again, and we start to learn these things, in its totality, man. In its purpose according to Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, So, yeah, that's the point, Lord will you brothers, all right, and, you sisters edified. Till next time I say Shalom, Kwam Yashala, Abba, DTA soon, Shalom.